Hello students, today we are going to start with the subject marketing of healthcare products and services, and the first topic in this subject is the characteristics of healthcare industry. Okay, so let's discuss what are the characteristics of healthcare industry. When we are studying the healthcare industry, we have to know like the characteristics, like whether it's what are the products, whether it's a service industry, what are mainly the what are the things that define this industry as a whole. So the first characteristic is intangible. The healthcare service being is highly intangible because it's a service industry, and the main clients or the main customers in this industry are their patients to whom the hospital provides services. And in that case, the type of the service that we give is it's highly intangible, and things are also that the customer, they whether they how they find the services also depends upon the unique characteristics and also the personality of the individual as a whole. So this is what is intangible. The second characteristics is the inconsistency. We have to realize one thing, that the customer that we serve to in healthcare industry are mainly the patients, and we also have to know one thing, that each patient is unique in itself, with their own needs, demand, with their own diagnosis, having their own set of unique symptoms, signs, and also their own a different kind of a psychological state. So the quality of service that is being offered, it differs from one extreme to another extreme. The main reason for the quality of service that offers it differs is because the service who is providing is also human, and the service and the whoever is getting the service is also a human interaction. So there is a human interaction which is there, and it's totally dependent upon how a person is interacting with another person, the treatment. So that is why the inconsistency is there in healthcare industry. The next characteristic is the inseparability. So service transaction becomes unique because it mandates during transaction the physical presence of the provider and the consumer. So you cannot provide the service until and unless you have both the parties present, right? So you have to have the patient in the place, and you have to have the doctor also in the place, or maybe the service provider. So it's not that, for example, in case of a manufacturing industry, what happens is that you are producing a product in some other country or in some other location, and that product comes, it gets shipped to another place, and any person can, and it is being sold in a different place where the person comes over here, and so there is the person buys that product. So here there is no direct connection between who is manufacturing and who is buying that product, but yes, there is always a middleman involved, or there is a middle party involved who is who is engaged in shipping the product, delivering the product, and somebody else is manufacturing that product. However, the corporate office is again different, who designs the product and all. But here in case of healthcare industry, a person, like for example the healthcare provider, they are trained in all these things, in which they learn the skill of treating the other person, and in that case, what they have what happens is that it totally depends upon the experience of that person, and their and the knowledge that they have, which they apply to their patients, right? So here it's like the provider has got that experience and the training, and then he's delivering to the another person, and it requires the physical presence of both the provider and consumer. It doesn't happen that the doctor has the skill and the experience and he is delivering, and he is giving it and somebody else is delivering. So it doesn't happen like that. So it's like there is no middle party involved in all the in the transaction scenario. So it is there is an inseparability of how the provider will give the service to the consumer. So we will continue with this video. Thank you so much.